Every morning before going to work, my mother would do her makeup to perfection. I would sit next to her in awe of her makeup skills. The eyeliner step was my favorite. It would start with one simple stroke and done. She looked so flawless. I loved seeing her get dressed. She was so elegant and beautiful. My mom was a single mother. My parents divorced when I was 8. It was a very difficult time for me as the youngest child growing up. I thought the world of my father. When I look back now, I think of all the sorrow my mother must have gone through seeing me so hurt over the divorce. She made it her mission to make me feel loved and secure. She made sure we went on trips to have family time. She took us to festivals, circuses, and explored cities all around. She always made sure it was fun for us, up to the point I no longer missed my father. She would always tell me, "No one loves you more than I do." Some weekends, she worked out of town teaching groups of students whose curriculum was weekend study. I remember how safe I felt when she returned home. Needless to say, I grew up and she became my world. She was my rock and safety place. She always knew what to say and how to say it. She was always so firm and straightforward. Friends would always seek her for advice. My father would visit from time to time and seek her for advice as well. I would always think, I can't imagine my life without her. There I was at church one Sunday night when I felt God asking me, "Are you ready to trust me?" My mom was diagnosed with pulmonary fibrosis. When I found out about her illness, my first reaction was to ask God not to take her until she saw me married with children. God married 3 years later. Her health began to worsen, but I kept asking God, "Not yet, not yet." That Sunday evening, I felt an overwhelming peace. I came home and went to bed. Before falling asleep, I said, "Okay, Lord, I'm ready." I closed my eyes, the lights were off, and I got a phone call 5 minutes later. The phone call was my sister asking me to buy a ticket to go home. I asked her, "What's the matter?" She said, "You have to get here as soon as possible." And we hung up. I told my husband about the conversation. I was in shock. I thought, this can't be happening. People started calling me, asking me to get a ticket to fly home as soon as possible. I kept asking, "Is my mom okay?" All they told me was, "She's not doing well, Nikki. You gotta get home." Finally, my husband spoke to a friend, and I will never forget the look in his eyes and his face. He grabbed me, and I knew. I knew she was gone. I fell to the floor and cried. I still didn't want to believe it. The moment I feared all my life was here. Later that night, my sister talked to me and said it officially. "She's gone, Nikki." Nobody had the heart to tell me. I was on a plane the next day to say my goodbyes. That was the saddest day of my life.